Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. The current session focuses on national language of Pakistan. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would be able to understand and you would be able to see the national language of Pakistan from the perspective of sociolinguistics. Well, my dear students, at the outset of the session, I would like to make it clear that the linguistic situation of Pakistan is far from simple. It is a very, very complicated situation where there is a linguistic hierarchy and it's a highly complex arena where several regional languages, along with a national language that is Urdu and English that is, taught and learnt as an international language or as a foreign language, all these coexist in this arena. In Pakistan, there is immense regional and linguistic variety. Pakhtuns, Balochis, Punjabis, and Sindhis, from different areas of Pakistan have a one-to-one affiliation with the languages respectively, that is Pashto, Balochi, Punjabi, and Sindhi. Apart from that, there are diverse cultural situations and contexts in which different languages are used. And, to add to this complexity, more than 7 million Mahajis who use Urdu language as their mother tongue also are a part of this community. So, when we look at this whole situation of Pakistan as from a linguistic standpoint, it is an amalgamation of heterogeneous groups with widely different linguistic choices that have varied linguistic characteristics. In all this backdrop, Urdu is the official language of Pakistan alongside English, and it is also the national language of Pakistan. However, what is interesting about Urdu language is that despite being the national language of Pakistan, it is not the first language of majority of the people in Pakistan. Before I move on to certain characteristics of Urdu and how do they operate, I would like to point out that the issues and the ideas of political hegemony and the ideas of ideology are very closely related to, the choices of national languages and the choices of standard languages in the sociolinguistic contexts of the globe. And when it comes to Pakistan, Urdu is a language that operates on the ideological level. It is the language on the basis of which the country was created. And, it has been used as a tool to create a certain ideology for the state. Now, my dear students, when it comes to the script of Urdu language, it is written in modified version of the Persian script, and of course, it is written from right to left. Now, it is not indigenous to Pakistan. Most of the words of the language are either of Persian origin or, they are of Arabic origin. When it comes to the historical perspective of Pakistan movement, it enjoys a great prestige, status and symbol in relation to national identity, and that is why it is also the national language of Pakistan. When it comes to the speakers of this language, the greatest concentration of the speakers of Urdu language is either in Punjab or in Karachi, those who speak Urdu as their first language. If we look at the status of Urdu as a national language, and if we look at its status in relation to English, that is one of the official languages of Pakistan, and that enjoys on the ladder of social status, that enjoys a higher prestige and higher status as compared to English. And if then we compare it to the local languages, what we see is that it comes on the second position. It comes after English on this ladder. As far as the ideological perspectives are concerned and the policies are concerned, Urdu is preferred against all the regional and local languages for its use in all the formal domains of life. Though with the passage of time, English is taking its place in certain formal spheres of life, still its position as, as a marker of national identity, is unchallenged. However, there are certain issues that are related to the status of Urdu. In spite of its status as the national language, only a few % of Pakistanis speak Urdu as their first language. In fact, when we look at the historical perspective, since the independence, its status as a national language has been weak due to certain political and cultural reasons. Demands for cultural autonomy in other provinces, resentment against discriminating government policies in favor of the center, etc., have played a great role in creating this bifurcation or the tussle between Urdu at one hand and the regional languages at the other hand. Tension between Urdu and local languages on one hand, thus plays an important role in positioning where Urdu today is. On the other hand, when we look at the relationship of Urdu language with English, a push and pull force operates from that angle as well to give a certain position to Urdu as a national language of Pakistan.